You want to know what's crazy? I've watched Xbox Bethesda E3 2021 5 times. It's been a week and I watched that show 5 times. I've watched a bunch of different people reactions on YouTube. I've watched my own show, my own reactions. I've actually watched the show itself up to 5 times. And I love the show. The show was very good. But it's something I've noticed that not a lot of people are talking about when it comes to this show. With the exception of Halo Infinite, Forza Horizon 5, and Psychonauts, every first-party game that Xbox announced in that show, and even most of the games they announced in 2020, are Xbox Series X and S only games. Meaning it's not cross-generation games. And I think not a lot of people talked about these things. Because, going back to last year, we know the whole story, right? Matt Booty came out there and said, yes, we will do cross-generation games for the first 2 years of the Xbox Series X generation. And people made fun of that. People made fun of Xbox supporting last generation for up to 2 years. Meanwhile, the other folks said they believe in generations, and we all know how that turned out. But I said, wow, Starfield is a Xbox Series exclusive. Redfall is an Xbox Series exclusive. You think about Contraband is an Xbox Series exclusive. State of Decay 3, Hellblade 2, all of these games are Xbox Series exclusives. I think people have overlooked that. Nobody is talking about that point. That's great. Now, the thing that really is impressing me is that if you have an Xbox One, original old fat Xbox One, you can still play those games via cloud streaming. Listen, man, I understand that people used to hate Xbox. I understand the Xbox One generation was underwhelming. And there are some of the people that listen to my channel hate it when I talk about the Xbox past, the bad part about Xbox One generation, how E3 2013 PlayStation smacked the shit out of Xbox. Some people hate when I talk about that. But through my eyes, I like to talk about that stuff because I love to compare how bad Xbox was then until where they are now. You see the growth. You see how much better Xbox is now as opposed to 2013, 2014, hell, the whole Xbox One generation. I would say all of the time, I believe Xbox is going to have a great generation. I said that a couple years ago. I will always say Xbox is going to have a great generation. And here we are, early in this generation. Yes, Xbox hasn't had a lot of first-party exclusives. But all of that's about to end real soon. Real soon. Halo Infinite was a laughingstock at Xbox Games Showcase in 2020. After E3 2021, I haven't seen one Craig meme. Nobody is saying shit about Halo except for when is the damn beta starting. Nobody's saying anything bad about Halo except for how good the damn game looks. You hear people say, well, that was just a cutscene. The campaign part was just a cutscene. But nobody is saying anything bad about Halo. That's my point. Xbox is so good right now. Nobody can hate on Xbox. I mean, people are going to try, but at the end of the day, if you're hating on Xbox, you're trying your best. You're going out of your way to find something and grab something and to hate on it. That means you just hate Xbox. But if you really look at what they're doing, it's impressive. And let's talk about the whole Xbox has no games narrative. Let's just look. Write Xbox has no games on a piece of paper, a piece of loose leaf paper. Write Xbox has no games. Ball it up, please. Crumble it up and stick it straight up your ass. That's how I feel about the Xbox has no games narrative. It's dead. It's dead. And I know some people say, well, they still don't have any games at the current moment, Dirt. Yeah, but in the few short months, that narrative is dead. So I've always been a consistent Xbox fan ever since the OG Xbox. And I got an Xbox in 2002. That's the first time I got it. And I've been an Xbox fan ever since. And yeah, man, these things that they're doing is impressive. And people just overlooked all of these games, first party games, besides the 3 that I mentioned, are next gen exclusives. Next gen only games, I should say. No cross generation. But they still haven't left you guys out. If you can't afford an Xbox Series right now, you can still play those next generation games on your Xbox One Fat via cloud streaming. Yes, that's not going to be as good as having the actual hardware there, but you will still get a taste of next generation games on your old Xbox One. That's great, man. How can you hate on that? How can you hate on that? And it's just an option. You can play the Redfall or Starfield on your original Xbox One via cloud streaming until you can get an Xbox Series or until you can get a gaming PC that you're comfortable with. I just love the options. I love some of the things Xbox is doing for their fans, for their customers. All right, so look, man, I'm about to get up out of here, but I really wanted to talk about that because I found that not a lot of people was talking about Xbox first-party games being next generation only. I think that's a good thing, man. But anyway, guys, I'm about to get up out of here. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you happen to stumble across my channel and you think I'm decent enough, why don't you go ahead and subscribe? And if you subscribe, please hit that notification bell to know when my black ass is doing some new content, baby. All right, everybody. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shit. Damn, man.